Chapter 3. Now the serpent was the most cunning of all the beasts that the Lord God had made, and he said to the woman, Even though God said, You shall not eat from any tree of the garden, and the woman said to the serpent, We may eat of the fruit of the trees of the garden, but of the fruit of the tree in the middle of the garden God has said, You shall not eat from it, and you shall not touch it, or you will die. And the serpent said to the woman, You shall not be doomed to die, for God knows that on the day you eat of it, your eyes will be opened, and you will become as divine beings, knowing good and evil. And the woman saw that the tree was good for eating, and that it was lust to the eyes and lovely to look at. And she took of its fruit and ate. And she also gave to her man and ate. And the eyes of the two were opened, and they knew that they were naked. And they sewed fig leaves and made themselves loincloths. And they heard the sound of the Lord God walking about in the garden in the evening breeze, and the man and his woman hid from the Lord God in the midst of the trees of the garden. And the Lord God called to the man and said to him, Where are you? And he replied, I heard the sound of you in the garden, and I was afraid because I was naked, and I hid. And he said, Who told you that you were naked? The tree that I commanded you not to eat of, have you eaten? And the man said, The woman whom you gave to be with me, she gave me from the tree, and I ate. And the Lord God said to the woman, What is this that... Take two. What is this you have done? And the woman said, The serpent beguiled me, and I ate. And the Lord God said to the serpent, Because you have done this, cursed be you of all the cattle and all the beasts of the field. On your belly shall you crawl, and dirt shall you eat all the days of your life. Enmity will I set between you and the woman, and between your seed and hers. He will trample your head, and you will bite his heel. To the woman he said, I will terribly sharpen your birth pangs. In pain shall you bear children, and for your man shall be your longing, and he shall rule over you. And to Adam he said, Because you listened to the voice of your wife and ate from the tree of which I commanded you, you shall not eat from it. Cursed be the ground because of you. In sorrow you shall eat from it all the days of your life. Thorns and thistles shall it sprout for you, and you shall eat the grasses of the field. By the sweat of your brow shall you eat bread, till you return to the ground, for from there you were taken. For dust you are, and to dust you shall return. And Adam called his wife's name Eve, for she was the mother of all the living. And the Lord God made coats of skins for the man and his woman, and he clothed them. And the Lord God said, Now that the man has become like one of us, knowing good and evil, he may reach out and take as well from the tree of life and live forever. And the Lord God sent him forth from the Garden of Eden to till the ground from which he had been taken. And he drove the man out, and set up east of the Garden of Eden the cherubim and the flame of the whirling sword to guard the way to the tree of life.